Today we will talk about the J value, or what is known as the coupling constant. That is the distance between two successive peaks in a multiplet. Let us consider this multiplet it is a quartet. So distance between the first peak and second peak, or second or third or fourth, it should be successive. So this distance is what is known as the J value. So the peaks which you are taking, it should be a multiplet. The coupling constant value, that is the J value, it depends on many factors. You have to see whether the compound is geminal coupling or it is vicinal coupling. If it is vicinal coupling, it will be separated by 3 bonds. If it is geminal coupling, it will be separated protons. They will be separated by 2 bonds. That is geminal protons, they are separated by 2 bonds. So the value of coupling constant in case of geminal coupling protons, you can see that increases with increase in bond angle. It depends on the electronegativity. It depends on the angle strain. It depends on the bond length, and based on the J value, one can easily differentiate whether it is cis or trans form. The variation of coupling constant with dihedral angle was well explained by Karplus, which is known as the Karplus curve. Here we will draw a graph of the J value against the dihedral angle. Now first let us talk about the vicinal coupling, in which the vicinal protons, they are separated by 3 bonds. So we write it like this, J3. So dihedral angle, if you talk about that, between two axial hydrogen is 180, whereas one axial and one equatorial, it will be both 60. So dihedral angle, it will at if you see at 180 degree, the coupling constant will be maximum at 180 degree. That is when the two hydrogen, they are opposite to each other. That is you can say anti-periplanar. So it is the most effective overlap of the orbitals. It will be slightly smaller when the dihedral angle is 0. That is when the vicinal hydrogen is syncoplanar, it is called. And it will reach a minimum value when the dihedral angle is 90. And the orbitals, they are orthogonal to each other. This is the detailed diagram which is showing the J value. When theta is 0, the J value is 7 to 11. When theta is 60, J value is 2 to 5. When theta is 90, it is 0 to 2. And when it is 180, J value is 8 to 15. So this is the range. The coupling constant for the trans hydrogen when the dihedral angle is 180 degree is large. It is greater than 14 Hertz, as you can see, while the dihedral angle of 0 is found in the cis bond, and the coupling constant, they are smaller, that is it will be less than 10 Hertz. Now in case of geminal coupling, the value of J depends on the bond angle. J can have any sign. It ranges from -20 to 40 Hertz, and mainly depends on the hybridization of the carbon atom and the substituent, like electronegative atoms are there or not. The geminal coupling constant, it increases if you compare the hybridization. J value of sp hybridized will be more than J value of sp2 hybridized. That will be more than the J value of sp3 hybridized. So when the bond angle is decreased, the ring size decreases. So the geminal coupling constant will be more positive. When the bond angle is 105, J is approximately 25, and it nearly becomes 12 when the bond angle it increases to 109, and when it reaches the value 125 we observe positive value for the coupling constants. Besides that, there is long range coupling also. Usually if we see no coupling is observed, the distance between the two absorbing nuclei it is more than 3 covalent bond. But in unsaturated compounds, or in you can say halogen compounds, fluoro compounds appreciably, coupling is observed with the help of high resolution spectrometry. If the concerned nuclei they are 3 bond apart, that is known as the long range coupling. And in that main 2 types of coupling are there. One is the allylic coupling and other is the W coupling. Now let us do the chemical exchange reaction or proton exchange reaction. I'm taking example of ethanol, that is CH3CH2OH. Now in ethanol, if you see, CH3 will show you a triplet due to neighboring CH2. OH again will show a triplet due to the neighboring CH2, and CH2 it will show you a multiplet due to protons on either side. So if you see the graph, of ethanol, it will show a multiplet, a triplet and triplet. This is a multiplet of CH2, this is a triplet of OH, and this is the triplet of CH3. This is the proton exchange reaction. Now let us take CH3CH2OH, and this is the moisture HOH. Now OH of ethanol will be busy in exchanging with this proton. As a result, that OH it will not show coupling with CH2. So there will be spin decoupling. So now you will be getting a triplet for CH3, that is due to this neighboring proton. You will get a triplet singlet for OH, because now it is not coupling with CH2 due to the proton exchange reaction, and this CH2 will also show a quartet. Earlier it was showing a multiplet, it will show a quartet. Now this will be the new spectra. Now here instead of multiplet we are seeing quartet, and OH is giving you a singlet. Earlier it was a triplet, and CH3 it will show a triplet. So such type of reactions, they are known as the proton exchange reaction, and that is due to spin decoupling.